is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Yes,
I don't like
right.
that.
You're 100% right.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, September 3rd. I'm here with Tori, Brandon. I am Sam. Stephanie has the day off. Let's get right to it. Well, millions of people have been ordered to evacuate as Hurricane Durian is slowly making its way toward the U.S. The Category 2 storm is expected to get dangerously close to Florida's east coast later today. The storm made landfall in the Bahamas as a Category 5, dumping 30 inches of rain on ground in, wow, look at that footage. Wow. Check out the dramatic video. We're showing it right now. I can't take my eyes off it. Of people trying to make their way through the raging floodwaters. Some were nearly swept away if it wasn't for the rope that they were holding onto. Wow. One look, and look at what one woman in the Bahamas did. She opened her home to 97 homeless and abandoned dogs, giving them safe shelter during the storm. And she's not the only one helping. Once again, so is reality TV star Bethany Frankel, who's traveling to Florida and the Bahamas to help. Thank God for Bethany Frankel. Not only did we see her efforts in Puerto Rico, we also are recently seeing her efforts right now in the Amazon. But this is scary, especially because how slow moving this storm is.
Yeah.
That means it's staying in one place, causing that much damage, when in reality we're used to them blowing through.
Totally. So I did a little research, and it's the stalling that's causing it. And the North Atlantic is seeing a decrease of speeds from about 17%. And you think, oh, that's good, right? You want lower wind speed. Actually, very bad. It's just going to hang out there. At one point, it was 7 miles per hour, just stalling over the Abaco Islands.
Wow.
So as this gets worse and worse, you want them to move quicker. So stalling hurricanes is the new thing to look out for, unfortunately.
It's funny you said that, because my first time hearing that was through a text from a family member who lives in Key West and had evacuated, but they're going back. And they're not going back to be selfish, to claim their things or their property or anything that is materialistic. They're going back with a ministry group to pray. To pray that and declare that this hurricane stalls in the Bahamas and then goes northeast. So this is my first time ever hearing that. One, the people praying when it came to that, and then also the stall word as well.
Well, our thoughts and prayers with everybody in the relief efforts. May they be strong. And kudos to Bethany Frankel. Well, actor Kevin Hart was in a serious car accident. He was riding in his 1970s Plymouth Barracuda early Sunday morning when the driver lost control. He was not driving, crashing through a fence, going over an embankment and rolling into a ditch. Kevin was reportedly able to walk away, but had to get back surgery. Here's what his wife, Aniko, told a photographer outside the hospital.
How's Kevin doing?
He's great.
Is he gonna pull through fully, you think?
Yep, he's gonna be just fine.
How are his spirits?
He's good.
He's good?
Everybody's good. Thank God.
All right.
That's it.
It sounds like there's more going on there.
Yeah. I mean, the roof fully collapsed in the car. The hood hit it. He named this car Menace. His 28-year-old friend, the driver, was driving, Jared, and his wife's personal trainer. And if you can see in the pictures, devastating. I can't imagine how they got out, but apparently he had to go find help. Kevin Hart himself climbed out to go get help. So amazing story of survival, if it is.
Listen, I spent a few days with Kevin Hart. I worked on a film with him, and my scenes were only with him. So I had 3 full days to get to know him, get to know his family. And he is one of the most kind, diligent. So when you said that he had to get out of the car, that did not surprise me, considering how diligent of a performer, as a father, as a husband he is. And I know that there's been controversies in the past when it comes to his marriage, but let me tell you, this is somebody that does not back down. And so hopefully we wish him all a speedy recovery.
And you named the driver, Jared Black. He was pinned in the car along with his fiance. Jared Black actually had to be airlifted to UCLA Hospital. But we talk about these near-death experiences. When we go through it and when celebrities go through it, you look at people like 50 Cent, Harrison Ford, I want to see how Kevin responds to this.
It'll be a second lease of life for him. I guarantee
Absolutely.
you. Guarantee it.
Because I do not want to see him go down the road of getting addicted to the opioids and all, but I think that he has enough of a support staff behind him to where that won't be a problem.
I do discipline too. And a nice discipline. Yeah, exactly.
Can't wait to see another stand-up.
I know. We are rooting for you, Kevin Hart. Please get well soon. 9 people are still missing after a deadly boat fire. Raquel Villanueva has the latest updates at this moment. Raquel.
That's right, Sam. Right now, at least 25 people have died in a boat fire over the weekend. It happened just after 3 in the morning on Monday. It was the last night of a scuba diving trip off the coast of Southern California. Now, all of the passengers and 1 crew member were sleeping inside the boat when the fire broke out. 5 crew members who had separate sleeping quarters managed to escape, and they went to a nearby boat to ask for help. They said all exits for the other people on board were blocked. Now, the 75-foot boat, called the Conception, offered coastal adventures. Actor Rob Lowe said he had been on the boat many times before. He tweeted his heart breaks for those on board. Now, the cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Very scary, Raquel. Thank you for the update. Justin Bieber is opening up about drug usage, being a child star, and even thoughts of suicide. He shared this incredibly long post on social media, talking about everyday stresses to having everything done for him. He says, quote, "I was 18 with no skills in the real world, with millions of dollars and access to whatever I wanted. And by 20, I made every bad decision you could have thought of and went from one of the most loved and adored people in the world to the most ridiculed. I became resentful, disrespectful of women, and angry." The wherewithal and self-awareness to write this at 25 years old. I am so impressed by this young man. Not to say that he hasn't been through hell and back. Clearly he has. But to be on the other side of it, we hope, right?
Yep.
We hope he is on the other side of it. But I think this is a good sign that he is on the other side of it, considering that he can call it what it is.
Yeah, I don't never liked Bieber. I didn't really know that much about him. Whatever happened in this marriage has really centered him, grounded him, because it takes a centered person to be able to talk like this and speak like this, because you feel steady.
Yeah.
So he's got a good support system. The other thing is really important to hear is his the childhood actor thing. He was famous at 2. I mean, this kid was a prodigy as a drummer. I don't know if you know that. So he's never not been famous.
Yeah.
So I think it screams of a certain loneliness of I'm looking for some support to almost strangers.
I think that's exactly what it is, Brandon. He reaches out to his fans.
Yeah, his
because
followers.
He's so lonely.
And he's going to save someone's life. He's going to save someone's career, the next person, because it's a cycle when it comes to who's going to be the next best athlete, who's going to be the next best comedian, who's going to be the next best singer. In this case,
to what expense?
Exactly. When you get all that thrown at you so early, people really don't know how to handle it. And I'm thinking about, I was 23 years old, 24 years old, when I felt like my life was spiraling when I was in the NFL, because like he said, I was talking to people any way I wanted to. I was treating people like a real butthole, you know, like a real mean person. Jerk. Thank you. I don't know why that popped up in there, because I couldn't say the other word. But you know, you go through these things and then you hit this fall when I was getting cut from NFL teams, and I had to go to, and the same people you see on the way up are the same people you see on the way down.
Yeah.
You hope.
The ones stick by you.
He just saved someone's career.
I agree with you. In someone's life, as you stated. Good for you, Brandon. All right. It was an incredible end for 15-year-old Coco Gauff at the U.S. Open. Okay, so she lost on Saturday to reigning champ Naomi Osaka, okay? But it wasn't. It was what happened after the match that has everyone talking. 21-year-old Naomi went to Coco courtside, who was wiping away tears. She asked her to join in the post-match interview, telling everyone in attendance how amazing she is. Now, after the match, Coco said, quote, "For me, the definition of an athlete is someone who on the court treats you like your worst enemy, but off the court can be your best friend. I think that's what she did tonight." And you're shaking your head vigorously, Brandon. First of all, let's just be reminded that Naomi's only 21. But we treat her and see her almost as a veteran, considering how classy she is. But 21 years old, also going through something. Remember that 23-year-old Brandon could barely handle.
Yeah, I mean, Naomi won. And remember last year that her moment was stripped because of the Serena meltdown.
Gonna bring that up.
So to be able to come back this year, I know she still has to go to the championship, but to come back again to the U.S. Open, and now you're comforting someone. You're being a great person. But it's quiet in here today. Can we clap for some Coco Mania, please? Because that girl is everything. And remember how you said that Serena Williams' trainer used to train her at the academy. Now Naomi also says that, she said it in the press conference, that I used to see you, when she was talking to Coco, I used to see you there training, and how great is it that we both made it? That's going to be a rivalry.
Yeah,
that's going to be a rivalry.
Final thought.
Yeah, long cry from holding her visor and crying to Serena to now opening up to another girl. Big movement.
I know.
Same stadium.
Yes.
So big. Moment.
Wow, what a closure,
Arthur
right?
Ashe Stadium.
Beautiful moment of closure. Well, here's a heartwarming story for you. A 16-year-old Jonas Brothers fan posted this to Instagram, saying she wasn't able to go to their concert because she was receiving chemotherapy treatment for cancer. She invited the band to come visit her in the hospital.
Girl.
She didn't believe they would. They did. Watch.
Hey!
Hello.
Oh my God.
Thank you for inviting us to come see you.
Thank you for coming.
Do you have a favorite song that we can dedicate to you?
Oh my gosh.
You do the video of it.
Oh my
Are
God.
you oh my gosh.
She can't think right now.
It's okay.
No, I know.
Let's pick 3. Like,
Are you
which are your
guys
top
gonna play
3?
SOS?
We will be playing SOS.
That's my favorite.
Okay, great.
Wow,
I know,
Priyanka was
Priyanka's there. And
Yeah.
the power of social media, the connectivity. Yes, we always harp on social media, how it can be the opposite manifestation, right, when it comes to negativity. But look at the positive affirmations that it brings.
And what did she see in the body language of that girl? If you can just play it, maybe not have sound. She looked like a little girl, like a teenager.
Yeah.
You don't notice she doesn't have hair. She's giggly. She's embarrassed. That's a little girl just meeting her idols. Forget about the chemo in the hospital and the needles.
Yep.
It's just special.
Good for Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just see my little sister's face, you know, when she was going through her chemo,
Yep.
she was going through the radiation treatment.
Yep.
Just like, how will I
know.
I'm not really a Joe Jonas fan, but after that, I'm a
Jonas
Joe Jonas
Brothers,
fan. Jonas
right?
Brother, yeah.
Amen.
Joe Bros.
We're all Bieber
Yeah.
and Jonas Brothers fans now.
Man,
No.
that was.
Wow, well, they both deserve it. They really do. Love you, Brandon. DBL's Live coming up. Dale Hansen from our sister station in Dallas gives his take on air travel. Chances are you'll relate. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. The government is proposing swift justice for criminals convicted of mass murder. But do you think quick executions are the answer? Interesting. Very important story. Your comments about that coming up next.
My shoe.
Are we up? All right, so people writing amen, Patty Ferguson, and also Doris Shoemaker about Bieber saying he's still very young. About Justin Bieber, yeah, he kind of said what I think a lot of child actors have always want to say, and he kind of just said everything he needed to. So I don't know their relationship. I don't know Haley Baldwin, but she seems like a sturdy support for him to be brave and to reach out. So that's a partner. That's a real partner.
And you know what? During the times he's going through all this, he felt that emptiness.
Totally.
You know, when he was, like he said, he was open about the drugs, how he treated women, that sort of thing. Like, he was.
Remember the drag racing Bieber?
He knew, exactly. He knew, because you have this feeling, and that's the same feeling I had at 23 playing in the NFL. Remember, my first year I won a Super Bowl with the New York Giants. My second year I was active on the team with the
like
Miami
Mr.
Dolphins, and we went to the playoffs that year. And I played in that playoff game. So it's like for 2 years of my life, I'm riding this high. And it's, you know, you're going into the clubs, Club Live, and you're seeing all these beautiful women, and you're out, and you think life is going to be like this forever. And everyone, you get this thing where it's like anyone who comes up to you either wants something or just wants a piece of you, and you start feeling like you're invincible. And then that fall comes, and for him, his fall was different than mine. Mine was, you know, getting cut from team to team, and you know, looking like, oh my gosh, I can't call the same people anymore. Because they don't want to hang out. You know, people put up with how I was, my personality, because what I could do for them.
Right.
But now you
Quid
call
pro
people.
quo, right.
Exactly. Now you call people and they're not answering the phone anymore. You're like, wow.
Sounds like my agents and managers in LA.
Yep.
You're like, you could do something, you were on a show, you got great, and then you're like, hello?
Yep.
Where is everybody?
Yep. And you either fall into the drugs and stuff, or you find spirituality and you clean your life up. So great job, dudes.
Well, Welcome back to DBL. It's time for Fifth Host, when we talk about what you're talking about. The Justice Department is proposing a bill that would speed up capital punishment for those found guilty of mass shootings. This comes following a wave of massacres in the United States. Most recently, a gunman killed 7 people and wounded 25 others along a West Texas highway. So DBL Nation, do you think there should be swift execution for mass shooters? Let's get right to your comments. Take it away, Brandon.
Here we go. Tim from Facebook says no. That's what the shooter wants. Most, if not all, want to die in a blaze of glory. So I think they should rot in prison. Tim, thanks for writing in, but I have to humbly disagree with you. If we have them on tape and we know it's that person, then I want them hung in the public scenario. I want an example made out of that person. Wasting taxpayers' money to have that person rot in prison, as you say.
But death row is the most taxing on tax dollars.
But look how long that takes.
Right, but they're also in individual solitary confinement, and that takes a lot of tax dollars.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I want that person. You want that glory. You want to go out in front of everybody, especially with the victim's family sitting right there.
Interesting. Well, Melissa from YouTube says, yes, justice for families sooner. I could care less what the shooter wants. I really don't care. And I think maybe this is a good deterrent. This will help families. That's what will help. The victims have closure faster. They can move on. So I'm all for this. I have no problem as long as we're following Geneva Conventions and we're not doing things like, I don't want anything crazy.
Yes.
Public hanging is not okay for me. But what I do think is the efficiency I have no issue with at all for the families.
The efficiency will actually save tax dollars.
A huge amount of money.
Yep.
And Max from Facebook says this doesn't solve the problem. We need better laws to prevent that person from committing a mass killing in the first place. Max, say it loud, say it proud, so the people in the back can hear you. I completely agree with you. I think that swift justice is always a good thing, especially if you know without a doubt that that person is guilty. I do think it will help the family heal. I do think it could offer deterrent as long as it's within the Geneva Convention. But I also agree with you wholeheartedly. So exclamation mark.
So no public execution with the executioner with the hoodie on or anything?
We're not barbaric anymore. We've grown.
But you don't think that would scare someone?
But what slippery slope does that follow? So then if there's somebody that's guilty of another horrific violent crime, and we know the statistics, how many statistics have proven that some people are found innocent
But if we caught on tape,
people of color are often found guilty before.
But what if that mass shooter is on tape?
The way
you are on
even if
security
the guy
camera. There's no alleged after
even
that
if a guy walked in and said, I did it, we all believe you, no one on earth, 7 billion people agreed. The way you treat your prisoners determines the way you have humanity in your democracy. It's just plain and simple.
All right, we'll get to this one. Sarah on Twitter says, I'm for this. I believe they should be executed quickly. Mass shooters don't deserve to be on this earth. Again, I agree with you, Sarah. I understand what you two are saying.
I understand
but
the anger.
I want.
I get the anger.
Instead of these people, like let's say Ted Manson,
or Ted Bundy,
Ted Bundy, the Manson murders, and he's getting Netflix specials and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Someone like that needs to be put away early and put away quickly. So I'm all for this.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great conversation. It's a great conversation. Thank you for chiming in. Coming up on DBL, the Dallas sportscaster who has gone viral for his passionate opinions gives his DBL take on flying. You do not want to miss Dale Hansen coming up next.
It's only a matter of...
Okay, thank you. What's up, guys? So, wait, is it September? Is it September?
Yeah, it's September 2nd.
It is?
September 3rd, I lied to you. It's
3rd? Okay, it's like my mortgage is due. Okay. Happy end of summer as we're winding down. It was about 100 degrees. Okay, I'm sorry, 100 degrees here in Denver. So hot, so hot. Okay, thank you. And we went out to Boulder, we did a few craft things, but when it's that hot, I need suggestions on what to do. I cross-stitched and watched Antiques Roadshow, and I think I aged like 50 years. because Al would make a lot of fun of me. XOOX says, no way, I am not for public execution at all. Dor Shoemaker says, my grandson lives in Midland, Texas. He works at a fracking field for oil company. I'm trying to figure out how that went. Ray says, these people want to die anyways. They just want to take everyone with them. It won't be a deterrent. I don't know if it will or not. All I know is I want the families to feel swift justice. That's all I care about. I don't really give a crap about this person. What I care about is that they don't wait years and spend money and people die without seeing justice. That's what I care about. See you later, guys.
Welcome back to DBL. Navigating the airport in the friendly skies can be a real trip these days. Our co-host Jeff Schroeder absolutely hates air travel, and our friend Dale Hansen in WFAA rather in Dallas had to share his own take on traveling. Take a look.
Hey Jeff, you think you don't like air travel? Come join my party. I've been traveling quite a bit this summer, and it reminds me how much I hate flying. The whole system is a national disaster. I made 5 trips this summer. 2 flights were canceled and 1 was 90 minutes late. And I'm not complaining about some poorly run foreign airline. This was an American airline. And I've given up trying to figure out how to get the best price. That's harder than high school geometry, and I flunked geometry. Doesn't it drive you nuts when the person in the seat next to you tells you they paid half the price you paid and they're not happy? And these travel award programs that airlines promote, there's no travel, there's no award. Who came up with those programs? It's easier to cash a lottery ticket than to cash in on one of those award trips, unless you want to fly to Alabama at 6 a.m. on Tuesday, and I don't. It's been 18 years since that horrific day of 9/11, and we still don't know how to make airline travel safe. They have a machine that reduces my fat body to a skeleton, and while I do look better in that machine than I have in 30 years, I have to take my shoes off because they still don't have a machine that can tell if I have a bomb in my shoe. That scares me more than anyone or anything on the plane. It bothers me a great deal that my granddaughter will never know the joy of leaving on a trip that I did when I was her age. Meet your friends at the gate, hug and cry when they leave. You could even take shampoo in a bag. What a novel concept. I love to travel. I love going to new places. But if I never get on another plane, it will not be missed because those good days are gone and they're not coming back.
I feel the frustration, but you know what? It's not always the airlines. So this morning, I took a flight here. You guys know I
fly almost every weekend.
Yeah,
you fly every weekend.
I took one from LaGuardia this morning. We're in the security line, and this lady, for some reason, doesn't take her belt off, goes through, has to come back. Goes through again, didn't take her watch off, and then she holds up the line because she had like a big bottle of shampoo in there.
Wow.
So I feel the TSA agents and the airlines sometimes. It's the people as well.
100%.
4:30 in the morning, I'm sitting here looking at this lady like.
And flight attendants have to deal with a lot. Remember, they're there to ensure your safety. They're not there to wait on you. They're not there to tell you the rules. And unfortunately, people take them for granted. And it's,
rose petals with that?
We'll be right back.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty Blast. I'm Jeray for the Slay, and today we're talking some beauty gossip, honey. Now, for today's beauty tea, I'm super excited to announce that one of my favorite girlfriends, okay, she's not like my girlfriends and we don't know each other or whatever, but she's like the friend in my head, you know? But Zoe Kravitz is actually announcing a brand new beauty collaboration with YSL Beauty. This is amazing, my friends. Now, this is a first for Yves Saint Laurent, being that it's one of the older luxury brands that's been around for a long time. YSL Beauty has actually never had a celebrity collaboration before, which is kind of crazy. So in 2019, for Zoe Kravitz to be leading this and being their brand ambassador, and the person that they're going to start this collection with, it's going to be fabulous. Now, I went ahead and did a little research and saw that they have about 6 different lipstick colors with 3 different formulas: satin, matte, and kind of a neutral, regular feeling on the lip as well. Now, with these lip colors, they go from more of a neutral lip color all the way up to more of a bold red lip color as well. And from the background, I saw some of the stories that Zoe Kravitz actually said that it made her make these lip colors from, and it was beautiful. I remember one actually was based off of her grandmother's beautiful neutral look that she always had, and it's actually one of the more natural lip colors because it kept her with that feeling of more of a natural and beautiful presence. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you guys gotta check out the story as well. So that's all for this week's Beauty Tea. Go ahead and write us in at Jeray for the Slave for more beauty gossip and beauty tea this week. See you guys next time.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, DBL Nation. What do we got, Tori?
All right, XOOX wrote in, Naomi is a true athlete.
Yes,
she has heart. She has a long, and remember, same stadium, a different girl.
That is,
year.
yeah.
Not cool. Raji Noah Wilkes says great sportsmanship and good women to women
empowerment.
Yeah,
Female
exactly.
empowerment.
And then Eleanor Gravisan says keep your head up, Kevin, to Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And Janice Cheney Holt on Facebook says I love this show.
Oh, thank you.
And touch on Naomi. There's a quote that says, "Sports don't build character; it reveals it." You know, and I just love that you look at these sort of matchups, and everyone's always trying to pit someone up against someone.
Females,
to sell tickets. That rivalry within itself will sell tickets.
Yeah,
you know?
and I think that all the young girls and young boys watching, I think they learned a thing or two.
Amen.
So we'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.